Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing.
Old,
This is our Twitter at a glance page, and you can see this tweet. And this is a very important reason why you need to follow, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification. Join me on Telegram and Twitter at a glance here. You can see this was 4/17/2022. The Bitcoin price was just above 39,408. And our headline was Emergency SOS Crypto Insider Old Vincenzo Bitcoin XRP bull call. Yes, it's bad. Price forecast, right? Let's take a look at what we were going on with the Bitcoin price.
Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin up there, the 4-hour time frame Bitcoin, right? The price is way over there. We got rejected at the 48,744 and 53 cents, like we thought we would. Where Crypto Insider made a video about 3 weeks ago now, 21 days up here when we were in this consolidation. Said we got topped out at 45,487.05. We were probably going to get topped out.
And this was our bear flag that we were in for quite some time after the initial crash from the mountain double top.
Again, and you're underneath support. You had support, and now you're on this support again. And if you can hold it, you can pull up. But if you break down out of this, what looks to me a bearish continuation pattern, a targeted move, but you're right down there at 35,660.
And we hit that initial target pretty quickly.
$6 if you can't hold this to make another run up here in this pattern, because eventually the big pattern that you're in, if we zoom out a little bit to the hour or to the daily time frame, you're in a bearish continuation pattern. And we talked about this a couple times the last time we talked. See this? This is your big bearish continuation pattern. You had your mountain. Now we got to go over here a little bit more. Let's delete that again. You had your mountain double top, right, with our industry exclusive perching tool. Mountain double top here in a rising wedge. Here you had a rising channel, formed your double top, mountain double top. It's a very bearish continuation pattern and a textbook topping pattern, and the price came down. Then we got into this range that we're in now, where you had a 45,487.05, upper resistance, final upper resistance at 48,744 and 53, lower support at 35,850 and 24, support at 39,408, uptrending. This is a bearish continuation pattern, and eventually when you break down, the targeted move out of that is all the way down here at 21,176 and 69 cents.
And you can see we hit that exactly to a T and then actually broke down lower to that. And that's another reason you need to check Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing Twitter at a glance. Use my link down below if you want to trade with Vincenzo. Copy trade. We got 6 people in there now. I want to see that grow. I want to see you guys commenting on my Telegram, and I want to see you in Twitter at a glance. Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing on Twitter at a glance and on Telegram to get this dynamite TA. And then if you want to trade with Vincenzo, please, it's very important to use that partner link down below, right? It's right down there. It's right down below, right? Just click that, fill out the information, search old Vincenzo and copy trade. We had a 25% gain yesterday. I don't know if anybody was in there with me, but congratulations, anybody that took that initial trade. It was a 25% trade. I'm not sure if people are seeing that. I'm talking to the guy that runs this to make sure everything's working properly. I'm doing what it says to do, right? And I just want to make sure that anybody that's in there is able to, I know my link's working, but I want to make sure everybody that's in there is able to see my trades, right? So we're going to hopefully maybe get another trade today, but you can see the Bitcoin price. If we zoom out to the daily time frame, you can see this is that continuation pattern that old Vincenzo was talking about up there when we made that video. It was right there, right? As we know, the bear market started there, and then the bear market continued right there. And now that we hit that technical target out of there, you can see we had that 19.5 to 20,000. Now what you need to watch out for is all the volume that comes in is sell volume as we zoom in. I'm getting a commenter that wants me to zoom out, but when I do this 5-minute and 10-minute time frames, the shorter time frames, look at the current price, I have to zoom in, right? I can't do this from way out here because it just you can't when you trying to zoom in to see a local time frame. I have to zoom in, so I start from the far out time frame, but then when I work my way into the 5-minute, the chart's obviously going to be very superimposed up because we have to look at what's going on currently, and currently in this local time frame we're up here at the old all-time high from 2017, and we got initially rejected yesterday. This is where we took that initial trade. I could have actually stayed in it because now it's up here and we would have made even more money. But when you're using leverage, when you're in profit and you're not sure what the way the market's going to go, you got to get out with that profit, right? But you can see now we got peaked up. We hit that 20,000 or 19,000, uh, almost 20,000 right there. And then we got rejected. Now we're underneath this old all-time high. And if you want to get bullish in Bitcoin, you got to get back on top of that and you got to start holding it as support. And then you can trade on up, right? As the futures market opens, there's going to be volume come in. But if you get rejected, you could trade all the way back down to here. And then that's where a lot of nervousness would start because if you break that, there's a big fall down. So the critical level in Bitcoin today is can you get on top of this 19,000 $594 and stay on the top side of it, right? That's the big area that you need to stay on top of to get bullish. If not, you're going to trade back down towards that 17,594. If we look at Cardano, people love Cardano. You can see if we start with zooming out, because old Vincenzo starts from the far out time frame and works its way in, you can see we've had a couple of support, support, support. We know this is the last line of defense to the shit house. So now that we're underneath it, when you come up, you get rejected, acts as resistance, right? And it's been acting as major resistance. If you're trying to get bullish in Cardano, you got to get up in here, get over the 200-day, and then fight back into this orange support zone and try to trade within there. That's how you get bullish. Right now, every time you come up there, you get rejected, right? So today you could pump up into something like this, and then you got to see how it reacts up here. Or if you can't get any kind of buy volume and you breach this old low from back in early to mid-May, you're going to come right down to the top part of the shit house, and that's not a spot you want to be because that gets very dangerous down there. You can see we had a little circle down there before, and that's at let's move the price over. That's at about 31 cents. So you got 31.5 cents is your major underneath support. And then you got major overhead resistance up here by this orange support zone, which is, let's just move that over. That's at 61.25 cents. So that's what we're watching out for in Cardano. And then XRP, you can see where we've actually come all the way down to the top part of the last line of defense to the shithouse down here. And this is a critical area. As you do know, we have a 19-cent target where if we zoom out to the daily time frame, you can see with XRP, we had this big classic symmetrical triangle that old Vincenzo called and was forecasting for quite some time last year. Actually, the whole year that this eventually would break down, and it did break down towards the end of the pattern. And now you can see we're trading in between a major range here of your major overhead resistance up here at about the 50 cents. And then you got major support. You see this big candle right here, major support where a lot of buyers and traders are down here. And we're initially trying to hold this. And if we can hold this off of the last line of defense, we can try to pump back up into this area, right? Get back into these areas right here in between the range. But if you break this major volume area, you don't have much support till you get all the way down there, and you don't want to come down there. That's very, 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 very not good. So you want to try to stay out of that. So if we zoom into the local time frame now, as we work our way in, you can see in the hour time frame we've tried and keep trying to get bounced off the top part of the shithouse once, twice, 3 times. Now, if you want to get bullish, got to get a nice local volume spike, get over the 200, hold it, and then trade your way on the top side of this 37 cents, back test it and hold it. That's very critical because if you shoot way up here and peak above it and then come back down and get rejected, that's going to telegraph that it's probably coming back down here. So it's very important that on a pump, you get up and over this white line at about 36 cents and then start to hold it as a back test, as support. And then that could be conceived and contrived as bullishness, right? But that's a lot of work that has to be done. We're going to pay attention to this all day. I am at work, but it's a Sunday, so it's somewhat slower. So I'll have time to make some videos here, and we're going to pay attention to see if you can't hold this. Like, look at the 15-minute. You're trying to hold the 200-day in green, and in the 15-minute, if you can hold it, then maybe you can work your way out to the 30-minute and get on top of the 30-minute time frame, because you can see in the 30-minute time frame, you got the 50 in red uptrending, the 100 in blue sort of leveling off, and then the 200 in green is leveling off. So the next step to get bullish is in the 15-minute, you get a candle and you hold it on the top side of this in the 15-minute, right? Or the 30-minute. Then you can go out to the 45-minute and you can see everything's a step up. Now you're right on the 100-day here. The 50 is uptrending and the 200 still slowly downtrending, but you got to work your way up in these intervals to try to get up now in the 45-minute. If you can work your way up from the 15 to the 30 to the 45 and try to hold these as bullishness, right? But you can see up here, you came up here in the 45, got rejected. Came up here in the 45, got rejected. Now you're almost coming back up here in the 45. And if you can shoot up, hold it on top of it as support, now you're holding the 200 in support in the 45, the 30, and the 15. Right now, you haven't got above there in the 30 or the 45. And that's very, very important that you do that to start to make a short-term turnaround and a short-term bottom, because you can see the hour time frame, we're getting squeezed between the 50 and the 100. And then if we go out to the 4-hour time frame, you can see that moving averages are way up there, right? So you got to try to work your way from the short time frame to the farther out time frames to kind of see what you're working with. And now you can see that 28 cents makes sense as lower support, and that 37 cents in the 4-hour time frame makes a lot of sense to get on top of this to try to get bullish if you can hold it on the top side, right? And that's what you need to try to do. And that's what we're going to watch out for. Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing. Please use the links down below to support the channel. At the very least, if you want to trade on Bitget, an official partner of Old Vincenzo, where I do all my cryptocurrency trading, right? You can join me there, copy trade, or just do freely trade yourself. But use that link down below. It's very important. Peace and love. Peace and love, my beautiful audience. We love y'all. I love y'all. Love y'all. Mwah.